ESPN put out an NBA mock draft for next year because it's never too early. And in the ESPN mock draft for next year, Bronny James was projected to go 17th. 17th. There's a couple things to consider here. One, will a team pick him really early knowing that you probably get LeBron James by picking him?
Mm-hmm.
Two, is he definitely the USC jersey is fire, by the way. Two, definitely coming out after this year, probably, but I guess worth considering. Make a market for where you actually think Bronny James will be taken in next year's NBA draft. And who will have the number one pick? That'll be it. It's who is going to be dreadful this year? I'm not. Washington. My NBA cap isn't on right now. Washington is going to be dreadful. That's the perfect answer.
Great one.
So they'll have the most ping pong balls. For sure. I guess if Cade isn't healthy,
still suck.
Detroit's going to be awful again if Cade's not okay. They're still going to be terrible. I feel like there was another. I almost said NFC. I'm not an NBA mode at all. Western Conference team. I feel like there was one more Western Conference team.
I'll give you another Eastern Conference team.
Well, the Spurs are going to be terrible again still. The Spurs are going to be awful. Yeah.
Right. I'll give you the East team I think is going to be low-key terrible because I think we're on the verge of finding out a lot of pieces gone. I think the Raptors are going to suck.
Yeah, it's fun. We'll see what they end up doing. So the rumor obviously is that the Rockets offered Van Vliet $40 million a year to basically come there and teach all of their players how to actually play winning basketball. And we'll see. And obviously they're overpaying because otherwise Fred Van Vliet would not want to go there probably. And and so you have to pay a tax, whatever. But that'll be interesting. Obviously, if he leaves, then it's all right, you trade Siakam. Nobody wants to deal with Masai because he fleeces everybody because he's so smart. So it's just kind of a funny situation. Right. What Jen up going with Sean for? So Bronny 2024 draft position, knowing that this is the most unique draft pick ever. I think
I agree
because when you pick him, you probably get his dad.
Absolutely. So with all of that, I'm going to say ninth.
Mostly because of the LeBron thing.
LeBron, I'm going to guess that you're not going to take this chance on if you have a top 5 lottery pick, you really want to care about building your team. I think we all understand that Bronny James probably is, he could be a good NBA player. He's certainly not he's not projected to be that. I think ticket sales are enormous too. Ninth, you're probably team. You can probably sell a lot of tickets because you're going to get both. That's a good sideshow to have. And look at this year's draft. Where do we take our first swing on this may not work out, but I think this could work out really well? That was Koulibaly at ninth. That's kind of where you got past. I know next year's draft a little deeper, but that's why I'm circling that pick.
Sure. Yeah, and there's a range where if a guy is risky. And in the NBA, in the draft, that might be 6th or 5th, where it's wow, this guy's super risky, but everybody else stinks. So let's at least take the risky guy. Jake, what do you think Bronny James draft position?
I actually am right with Sean. I put 9.5. So I just think somebody's gonna be all right, 9th or 10th, be all right, well, let's just take the swing and we get LeBron. Cool.
Don't you think it would happen earlier than that though? Why 9.5 and not 6.5?
I just
next year's drift's deeper.
And kind of like what Sean was saying, if you're at the end of the lottery, maybe you're more inclined to be well, we get LeBron, and if Bronny is also kind of good, that's gravy, and you're more inclined to maybe take that risk, kind of like what Sean was saying.
Okay. So kind of the same thing, top 10 is kind of where the market's at, over or under top 10 for him next year. Tyler, I feel like this is just the wheelhouse of wheelhouses until we do NBA trivia next hour, where I have a topic that's a certified banger for you too. Bronny James draft position. What do you, ESPN mock draft 17th. What do you think?
So I also put 9.5 as well.
Really?
And,
wow.
Yeah, I also put 9.5. Couple reasons. The top of the draft, there's 5 or 6 players that might be going number 1. So I mean, just he's not going in the top 5 or 6. No one knows who's going 1 yet. And then his teammate's going to be drafted higher, Isaiah Collier. He'll be a higher pick than Bronny. So that leaves him at 8th, 9th. I think at that point, top 10, maybe a team that's desperate. They're probably just going to end up, let's get LeBron James. And I think Bronny's a good player too. I think people are going to he's going to surprise some people. He's really good too. So I think he low-key will deserve to be in the lottery. So I said around 9.5.
Patrick Bailey, by the way, is a we'll do. Jeremy likes to do the baseball awards and stuff, so we'll do maybe some of that tomorrow with Jake because we haven't updated in a week. Just all the baseball award markets. I'll say the same thing. Corbin Carroll is unbelievable. He is like almost just going to win now. He had another home run last night, right? He had a 3-run home run. War of like, he's almost like a 4-win player. Acuna is so good that he's going to run away with NL MVP. But like Carroll is so good. And he's 99% of the time he's going to win Rookie of the Year. All I'm saying is, if he were to ever be in a situation where he would like loosen his grip on the Rookie of the Year trophy, like if he just has a prolonged slump, like you're watching the Diamondbacks game and Carroll like steps wrong and gets hurt, like, man, I got to go to the market and bet on some guys for NL Rookie of the Year, like before the market, understands that Carroll just got hurt. You probably have a matter of minutes. I think a lot of people are going to just run and bet Ellie De La Cruz because he's the second choice, but like, has been obviously had like the greatest opening 15 games of all time, like still like a tough mountain to climb to like accumulate the amount of stats required. And the price is now very short. Like we have a bunch of Ellie at 50-1 and 75-1 or whatever. So yeah, like he will become the favorite, but it comes really wide open. Patrick Bailey is 130. Like Patrick Bailey is probably like the third or fourth most likely player to win this award. Now, Corbin Carroll's going to win 99% of the time. So like being third or fourth most likely to win doesn't really mean anything. It means you're going to win like 1% of the time or like 0.5. But just like in the ordering, like the ordering is wrong. And Patrick Bailey is definite in like 30 games, less than 30 games. He's like third in the NL in WAR among rookies. It's like McClain, the other guy for the Reds, and him behind Carroll. Like that's it. And he's played like less than a month. Like, what is he going to be in 2 months?
$1,000 300 home run club question. This former Expo and Rocky will never reach the 400 home run club, forever stuck at 399 dingers.
So easy.
Don't do that. Don't say it's so easy.
You don't know it? You don't know it?
No. I don't know. I don't know anything about baseball. Yeah, so.
This should not be a $1,000 question. This is like a $200 one.
This is like an incredible background conversation while I'm trying to think of this. I mean, I can think of like a lot of people who were on the Rockies that hit a lot of home runs. I just don't know who played for the Expos.
This sucks. He's gonna accidentally get it. This is BS. I hate this.
Yeah.
Game.
Oh man. I don't know. I'm like between like 5 different players who I know play for the Rockies and like hit a bunch of home runs.
If you get this right, I am driving to Connecticut and I'm gonna urinate on your new couch and then punch you in the face.
I'm between some players. I don't know. Who is Andres Galarraga?
Oh my gosh! That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
Andres Galarraga.
Yes. Yes.
Sean, get your car ready.
Fire up the car, baby.
Wow. Wow.
I was like him, Bichette, like Todd
Sean
Helton.
knew.
I was like,
Sean
I
knew
didn't
you were
know who I
getting
was
that
going to
right.
pick. I was like between a bunch of players.
That is infuriating.
Wow.
That
They called him
is
the Big Cat. Did you know that?
That is one of the most infuriating moments of my life.